In this section, we're going to be dealing with slope-intercept form. Now, slope-intercept form is a very common way of writing linear equations, and it looks something like this. Slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b, and its components are such. M is the slope of the line, and b is the y-intercept, but more importantly, the y-intercept is this point right here, and b is the y component of the y-intercept, or the point that the line crosses the y-axis. Okay, this is very important, and we're going to identify these parts in the following linear equations. So let's say we have y equals 2x plus 3. We want to know what the slope is and what the y-intercept is. Well, the slope is right here. The slope is the term in front of the x. Slope is 2. And the y-intercept is this term at the end. The y-intercept is 3. Okay, now the slope and the y-intercept take on the operator in front of it. So these were both positive, so our slope and our y-intercept is positive. But if we had a negative sign in front of the 2, or a minus sign in front of the 3, actually our slope and our y-intercept would be negative. So they take on the operator in front of it. So let's keep that in mind as we move on. Let's look at another one. Let's say we have y equals 4x minus 1. And we want to know the slope. Well, the slope is the term right in front of x, so the slope is 4. Our y-intercept is right on the end, and it's a 1, but it's a minus 1. So our y-intercept is a negative 1. It takes on the operator in front of it. Okay? Let's look at another one. Let's say we have y equals x over 2 plus 1. We want to know the slope and the y-intercept. Well, the slope is the term in front of the x, but if we rewrite this, x over 2 is the same as 1/2 x. Okay? This is just, we're multiplying the numerator here, but it's the same as 1/2 x. So the slope is a positive 1/2. Our y-intercept is this term out here. It's a positive 1, and that's all there is to it. Very simple. We just want to do a couple more examples just so you get the feel of the actual components of the slope-intercept form before we move on. Let's say we have y equals 5x. We want to know the slope and the y-intercept. Slope is just the term in front of x, which is 5. And there's actually no term out here when we're looking for our y-intercept, which means it doesn't mean that it doesn't have a y-intercept. It just means the y-intercept is 0. We don't write a 0. The y-intercept of 0 tells us that the line passes through the origin, or 0, 0, because if we look up here, it's the y component of the y-intercept that we're looking for, and that x value is 0, so our b is 0, which means 0, 0 is the point where the line crosses the y-axis. So it actually goes through the origin, which is actually pretty helpful when we're trying to graph something. So let's look at another one. Let's say we have y equals minus 2. Y equals minus 2. Well, here you might say we have no slope, and well, we actually do have a slope. Its slope is 0. It's 0x, which is not written here because anything multiplied by 0 is just 0. So I have a slope of 0 and a y-intercept of minus 2. Okay, now a slope of 0 tells us that we have a horizontal line. So if we graph this, we'd actually have a horizontal line running through minus 2 on the y-axis. Okay, so just little things like that actually help us get a better idea of what we're working with. Next we have y equals x minus 3 over 2. We want to know the slope and the y-intercept. Well, the slope is right here. It's an understood 1. Anytime you have x by itself, there's a understood 1 in front of it. So we have a slope of 1 and a y-intercept of a minus 3/2. So our slope and our y-intercept is what we're looking for. Let's do one more. let's take a look at y equals minus x. We want to know the slope and the y-intercept. Well, the slope is, well, it's not a 1, but it's a minus 1. There's an understood 1 here, so we have a slope of minus 1. And like we saw earlier, we have a y-intercept of 0. Just because it's not here doesn't mean we don't have a y-intercept. It just goes through the origin. Anytime we have a y-intercept of 0, we know our line goes through the origin, which can be really helpful. So practice these. We're just picking out the components of a line or an equation written in slope-intercept form. We'll actually be dealing with a lot of this when we're graphing equations and functions later on. So we want to get familiar and really comfortable with this slope-intercept form, being able to pick out the slope and pick out the y-intercept, and just becoming really familiar with it. So I'll see you in the next video.